Okay, we are back, and we are in the apothecary, and I actually went in there just to make sure it was open, because the inn is closed. I believe it's after midnight now, and apparently this guy is open it's almost actually morning, so apparently this guy does not sleep at all, which is kind of weird that the game will actually stop you from going into your Hura's hut if it's too late, but won't stop you from coming in here. So it's, I guess, a 24-hour apothecary, a 24-hour drugstore, maybe. I don't know if that's an intentional joke. In any event, we are fortunate that he's open, so we don't have to stay up yet another night entirely, and we can actually buy those poison cure pills. He did actually ask us one thing when we came in at first, or he asked us more about Julinar, if there's anything else we can tell him, and I did kind of skip over that accidentally. So it's telling us we don't feel well, and that's because the poison's taking its toll on us, but should be okay for now. So I'm going to respond about Julinar, as you remember, the tree woman in Shapir, and we tell her about the gifts we gave her last time, which was, I believe, hugging her, giving her the earth elemental to help her grow, pouring water on her, and telling her about her former self and telling us about ourselves. And he's very thankful that we told him about that. Okay, so let's make a purchase before we die. And we're going to buy a poison cure pill. And I think we might be able to bargain it. See if we can bargain it down to maybe 16. Alright, he likes that. That's good. Okay, so we'll purchase that. And let us get rid of that poison. So it is not cheap, but we picked up a couple bucks from killing the leopard men and croc men. Okay, so that worked now, and I believe if we take a look at our status, we're pretty low in health, but we do actually no longer have it in green, so that means we're no longer poisoned, and that is definitely good for us. And there are actually a few things we can do. We can, I think if we just tell them about it, so we tell them about the feather, and then you remember that's the honeybird's feather, and oh, actually I guess we have to give it to him. So here's the honeybird feather, and he's happy now. He can make more healing potions, and he gives us the 3 remaining healing potions or bottles of pills he has for free, and that should be more than enough that we need for the game, particularly since we have the healing spell. And then we're just gonna, I'm not gonna tell him about everything we did, but or everything we got from the Dispel Potion, but I'm just gonna give it to him, and I believe that will allow us to set in motion some of the final events of the game. Though we do actually have to wait a little bit, because it doesn't happen right away that you get it. Okay, so we gave him the fruit, and the fruit of the vine, I guess, is the fruit from the heart of the world, the gift from the heart of the world. And we only have one more thing to give him, and that's why we had to buy a little bit more extra water, the flasks, or water skins, I guess. And the final one is this. Pardon me. So we give him 1 flask, and now he can start making the spell potion, and he says he's going to have to study a little bit, so we'll have to come back another time. And that closes out on what we're going to, I guess, really what we can do in Tarna. There's not too much else. See, there's a thief there, though. He might not even be out this late. We might even see if we can cut in on Rakeesh and Krisha. I apologize, it's kind of dark. It's actually dark on my end, too. Here, they make it really dark at night. Alright, so there's our buddy. So it's funny, he's saying he never thought he'd be so glad to see somebody help him get caught. And so he does still hold a bit of a grudge, but he's obviously very happy to see somebody else who's actually willing to talk to him. So we can spend a little bit of time. It's actually pretty funny. You came all the way to this weird place to help a lion bring peace. What a way to make a living. And anyway, he doesn't seem to approve of that much, but that is kind of funny characterization of the game. That is the mission of this game. In any event, let's see if he has anything all that interesting to say. So you gotta help him. This is you gotta help me. And really, all that means is he needs a little bit of food. So we have more than enough. We haven't even touched our spam yet, and we have plenty of meat rations. So it seems like that gets him to stop begging. Yeah, so it's pretty similar to before. He's just pretty much saying that he pretty much wants to get out of here, and he's so thrilled that we were actually talking to him. Yeah, so there's nothing much else. And that's pretty much all we ever need from him until the very end of the game, and we don't really interact with him voluntarily then. Okay, so I mean, this is just one of the weird things about the game. Is it's kind of an interesting thing that you have to do some exploring, come to the bazaar to actually find that guy's down there. But when you meet him, there really isn't all that much to do. I mean, even if you're a thief, you just make the thief sign to him, and he pretty much tells you what's pretty obvious, to be careful around here because thieves are not taken lightly. Alright, so Krisha and Rakeesh apparently spend all their time are up all night as well. So let's see if they have anything to say. I apologize just spending a lot of time on dialogue and sort of meaningless things. It's just that we don't have all that much to do outside of really practicing before we're going to get to the next stages of the game. Yeah, so we don't really, there's not too much. I guess we can tell her about the prisoner. So there's pretty much another pretty blatant hint that you need a Dispel Potion, which we already know. And they don't really care too much when you tell them about Tarna. Okay, so I'm going to probably run a fool's errand, I think, of just asking him again about being a paladin. And he's just telling us what we told us beforehand, so that's all you get out of them. I recall visiting more often in the past, but it doesn't look like they have all that much more to say. Okay. Maybe if you're going for maximum score, you have to make sure to talk to everybody, but once again, it's just another very undeveloped part of this game. Rakeesh and Krisha don't have all that much to fill us in on. So what we should do probably is go back to the inn, go to sleep, and we'll get up and see if there's anything new at the inn. I don't know. They are open. I do not know why beforehand nobody was here. I swear. Especially, it seems like it's really late at night. Unless we just got to the point where it's almost daytime. Might be talking about it to be dawn. So I am actually not going to sit down and talk. It doesn't look like anything all that interesting is going on. And we'll try to sleep the final minutes. Okay, so now it's actually the sun has risen, which is unfortunate because that means there's been 2 days of... Okay, there's been 2 days that we haven't really slept. So our hero is in kind of rough shape. And I think what we can do about that is try to use the healing spell. That gets us up pretty high. We have some healing potions if we really need to max things out. And we're just going to take one more hit of the vigor potion, or the pool of peace water, which should restore our stamina pretty well. Okay, so we should be in decent shape. I guess the game you can't restore your health and stamina through sleeping, obviously, if you don't sleep, but you don't really have to. Like in the real world, if I was up for 40 hours straight, I probably wouldn't be too functional. And in Quest for Glory, that world, at least for number 3, doesn't seem to really be that much of a problem. Okay, so it appears that the old guy who was on the mission trip actually ended up dying. So that's something interesting to learn, I guess. And I'm just going to close out the video talking to her. And I think what I'm going to do is next time you see me, you are going to... we will be back in the Simbani village, I think. And Okay, so she talks about like a Teeb guy a lot. It doesn't seem all that interesting. But you're gonna see me, I think, back in the Simbani village, and I'm gonna dedicate a lot of time now to just practicing that because that's really the next stage before we can move on. So this is probably the last we're gonna really explore Tarna. Obviously, there wasn't that much, unfortunately, and we are gonna end this. So I will talk to you next time. Bye.